This is going to get me in trouble, but nobody wants to talk about the female loneliness epidemic. They only want to talk about the male loneliness epidemic. If we were to actually unpack female loneliness, we would have to also look at the behaviors that contribute to it. It only takes one excruciating friendship or friend group experience for a woman to kind of want to wall herself off from friendship with other women. Women are often socialized and taught that relational harmony is a primary goal. So when there's any disagreement, it tends not to happen through direct conflict. It's more of like subtle shifting social dynamics. And yeah, sometimes the conflict is an inherent jealousy. Sometimes the conflict is a growing apart or a changing of opinions or beliefs. And even if it isn't intended to be malicious, the indirect nature of it can cause a lot of women to act like some shady. And all it takes is one bad experience with somebody acting like a shady for you to think isolation is better. And again, because this is all indirect, a lot of women are lonely inside their existing friendships, precisely because they have a lot of friendships that don't feel emotionally safe.
Yo, dating in 2026 is cooked. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. You got people out here manufacturing themselves. Fake bodies, fake lifestyles, fake personalities. And then they out here walking around like there's some prize no one can afford. Like, relax. You didn't build yourself. You bought the look. And now you want that premium treatment off a rented identity. Please make it make sense. You want dinner dates, gifts, princess treatment from day one, but you can't hold the conversation, can't bring peace, can't add value beyond how you look in a mirror. That's not a partner. That's a liability with good lighting. And don't get me wrong, ladies, y'all ain't safe either. You got dudes with no money, no discipline, no direction, but the audacity to expect loyalty, respect, and a woman to submit. To what exactly, my bro? Your potential? Everybody, both men and women, walking around overvaluing themselves and undervaluing what it actually takes to be in a real relationship. Y'all don't want love. Y'all don't. Y'all want benefits without responsibility. You don't want a partner. You want the experience. And the craziest part, the people asking for the most usually bring the least. That's why dating in 2026 feels too many actors and not enough real ones.
We need to talk about not all men, but always a man. Except for when it's a woman. I'm sorry, Casey Anthony, Sherry Papini, Ghislaine Maxwell. In those cases, there was a woman. Like, at least we're starting to acknowledge the not all men part, I guess. It's just so aggravating that we have yet another slogan that forces all men to wear the mantle and identity of the worst, most depraved minority of them, especially when it doesn't survive the other way around, and I don't even mean the gender swap. What I mean by that is that men also take up the majority of laborers who build infrastructure, the majority of firefighting personnel, and disproportionately work the world's most dangerous jobs. But when a baby is pulled out of a burning building, people don't say, not every man, but always a man. Y'all would hate that and immediately remind us that women are also capable of saving babies from burning buildings, even though statistically the patterns are the same. In fact, did you know that what the data and research actually points to is that it's more like not all men, only 1% of them? Multiple studies since the 60s have told us that only 1% of the population of all men is responsible for over half of all crimes. So it's really not true at all that all men are bad or dangerous. It's just that the small amount of bad and dangerous men are doing almost all of the bad and dangerous stuff. But definitely not all of it. We as women can't just shirk all of the blame for all of the bad and dangerous stuff onto men. That's bullcrap. Like, you were almost there. You finally had it. You finally said, not all men. Just leave it at that. Leave it at that. It's good. It's good there. Unless you want me to start all womaning stuff. No, you don't want me to paint women under the same monolithic umbrella? Okay, I thought so.
I cannot believe I'm reading this. Woman who claimed to have been attacked with a brick by a man, now charged with faking the entire thing, falsely raising $42K on GoFundMe. Ro, for some reason, I cannot tag you. I can't even find you. And I started following you and you followed me back when you first got back on TikTok. But girl, I went to bat for you. I went to bat for you. Like,
He denied you the access to her phone number. What is the entire
121K.
The sad thing about this is
people saw
there
me
were
defend
men
you.
standing around
Saw
watching
me
this
defend
happen.
you.
No one stepped in to help
121K
this
people
woman.
saw
I'm
me
gonna
defend
generalize
you.
the statement.
And now I'm
I don't
reading
really
this
give a
shit.
rat's ass who
You
gets
are
mad at
making
me.
it.
Men have become so weak to the point where
I pray that this is not what they said charges. So, girl, you've been outed and you've obviously gotten the hell off of any social media. So, that shit just pissed me off. You make it so much harder for women to come forward when they actually are physically in any way, form, or fashion, verbally, whatever. You have literally just put black women back. You get what you deserve.
No, she didn't. Because there's some black women out here that know how to act like they have some sense. There's people out here that know how to act like they got some sense. And when they see this foolishness online, with you acting...
Men, have you ever been talking to a girl and genuinely just like one day you woke up and you were like, you know what? I'm not really interested anymore. Does that happen? Has that happened? Do you just sometimes just like, you know what?
This does actually happen, but not for the reason that you think it happens. The reason why a man will go from being really interested in you, always reaching out, always continuing the discussion, to not doing that, it is because you are not reciprocating that energy. He feels like he's the only one that likes anyone in this whole dynamic. Because time and time again, he's the one that reaches out first. He's the one that continues the conversation. You show up with delayed responses, short responses that are not open-ended. You don't respond enthusiastically to him wanting to see you again, and you definitely don't plan actual dates. That sort of thing adds up over time, and even though a man will attempt to continue to pursue you over weeks, maybe even months, it starts to whittle down his confidence with you. He starts to really truly believe that you don't really like him that much. And you know, what is the reason for this? Why is he putting in all of this effort if you're not willing to reciprocate?
So all the men from my previous post saying that they have found peace by being alone and they're not trying to date because they just want peace. Are you trying to say that we don't bring peace to your life? I have to disagree. I do not think that if a woman that you so desired was available to you, you would choose peace over commitment, sex, good meals with conversation, and things like that. So I'm gonna call your bluff.
Ideally, guys want they want a good woman and they want peace. They want both, right? The idea is that they would have a good woman who brings them peace, right? Not some, trashy, run the mouth, complain, nag, who doesn't bring them peace. Like in that case, they would rather just have the peace, honey.
I really don't know what's wrong with me. Why am I so scary?
She's very clean. She's very what I would call pretty, very put together. And if a man is not that, it's going to take a high, not high value, but it's going to take a man that's really clean for her to pay attention to.
But yeah,
clean and put together.
I've it in many areas of my life, but relationships are really not happening for me. So at this point, I'm just thinking that, you know what, maybe it's not meant for me. Maybe I'm just meant to be by myself.
She pouts a lot.
The whole soulmate, love of my life, my best friend, whatever.
In my opinion.
I don't want a man who's not okay with me talking about my feelings or how I feel or asking questions or making...
A lot of the times men have this ideology that they're better because they provide, they protect, but a lot of you don't provide and don't protect anything. And then providing is not just providing financially. You need to provide her with peace. A lot of these times these men want you to give them peace, but they taking you through.
Well, let me ask you this, Keita. Keita, isn't that conditional on the man you pick? Because at the end of the day, if you're picking a man, or either you're tolerating a man that can't lead you, that isn't a good partner, wouldn't that be on the person that picked the man?
Absolutely, but I was more so speaking on this delusion that a lot of men have, right? I'm not talking about who you pick. I'm talking about the men who say, you know, I'm better just because of my existence. I want to see what you do. I want to see actions. You are not better than anybody just because you simply exist.
And I'm really glad that there's somebody out there that's being honest about the female loneliness epidemic, because a lot of these modern women like to sit up here and talk about it's men that are the issue, and it's men, of course, that are bringing it all on themselves. And men keep on trying to tell you, y'all have an issue. Y'all have an issue within yourselves. You guys are not good to your friends. You're not good in relationships. You're not good in a family setting. You're not good with your pets. You're not good anywhere. You're a terrible person. That's why I'm not trying to be mean to you. I'm just trying to let you know the stuff that you're doing is sooner or later going to land you in a position to where nobody wants to be around you. That's how it's going to come about. These modern women, they be uniting against men. Oh, we're not going to take it from him. And the man hadn't even done anything. And I wish you would say that, wait a minute, he didn't do anything. Why are we mad at him? Out of the group. Oh, we just don't really even talk to her. We just don't really even go. And now you by yourself. Now you're trying to get into different groups. But the groups that you're going to, these modern women think the same way as the other group that you were in. No. I don't really like men like that. I don't really. No. You already said what you said. Right. And so now you would have to improve and go the other way and get in a group with healthy women. And a lot of times y'all not quite ready to do that because you're toxic within yourself. So you kind of got to drift out there, right? You kind of, well, I ain't really got nobody but myself. And so I'll go get me some cats and some dogs and some wine and, try to make the best situation. Really, honestly and truly, unless you get in the friend group with some of these, good women, you're not missing much. You'll just be hanging out with people that don't actually like you, spending money and time on people that don't actually like you. These modern women are ruthless.
I'm fixing to rant hard, but chivalry is... Seriously, men absolutely suck these days. That's why, and they're only teaching their children to suck, their sons to suck. They're not teaching them manners, chivalry, or anything. It is ridiculous. The fact that I have more manners and more chivalry than a man. Sorry, I am losing my shit right now. Just left Walmart and the men in there absolutely suck. Like, there was a guy, whatever, specimen, that walked in with his youngest son, and I slowed down because I didn't know who was going first, whatever, and he goes, just go, talking to his son, just go. And then it's like, you walk in through the rest of the store, men just cut out in front of you, nobody says excuse. And the fact that you're not teaching your sons, your children, period, manners, but your sons, chivalry, and how to treat a lady is beyond me. It's laziness. It is laziness. Come at me, and I will let you have it right now because I am hot. Now, am I tired today? Do I have the best attitude? No, but I'm pretty sure I have been making myself aware of what is going on around me. Like, I am not the only one shopping in Walmart, and I have manners. I still have manners. But seriously, men suck. Men in general suck. That's all.
Girls want to date an entrepreneur until they see what comes with being with an entrepreneur. You think for 1 second that dating an entrepreneur, especially one that is successful, means you get freedom. Take it from me. I'm sitting at the office of the entrepreneur right now, where he's getting 2 jobs for the price of 1. He's 24/7, and I'm out here being 24/7 with him. When I started dating my fiance, he basically told me from the get-go, I want to end up with someone that supports me and my goals and my dreams. That's the one thing I'll never give up. I was like, oh, that sounds easy enough. No, I'm out here in the trenches. If you want to be with someone that's uber successful, you need to know that you will most likely come in a lot of seasons second to the business. And you need to be so okay with that. Like so for real okay with that. You might even lose some friends over this because some of your friends will not be able to relate. If they're with someone that's in a 9-to-5, and you're with someone that's actively building a business, they will not understand your suffering. And let me tell you another thing. These guys have such high expectations of you, more than you have for yourself. As their partner, you need to level up. And the reason why is because there's gonna be a lot of hard days. And you're gonna be out there in the trenches with them as literally God's strongest soldier. Top of all of this, let's just add the fact that they love delayed gratification. So the moment they achieve their goal, they're gonna kick the ball down the road and they're gonna have another goal to achieve. It's never ending. So you just better get used to the cycle. I feel so blessed to be with someone that has goals and dreams and is so ambitious. I want him to achieve all those things and I want to be right there to support him. All I'm saying is, if you want a life of leisure, go find a man in finance, because I'm telling you right now, these guys, no, they're hardwired differently. The hunt is better than the kill. They're always on the chase. So best of luck to you out here, because it's hard. It's hard out here.
Now we've gone from guys should be gentlemen and pay for dinner, right? We've gone from that, which, by the way, I always tell you, do the coffee, do minimal expenses on date one so you can vet who's there for you and who's not. But it's gone from, open my door for me and come pick me up and pay for the meal, to now they want you to pay for her hairstylist, her nails, and all of her date prep that involves her having to get ready to go on that date. And then, so what's going to happen? She's going to look at you and say, well, I don't really like him, but he gave me the money for the date prep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and I'll go on the date. And then afterward, I'll just go out with my friends and I'll be all decked out. Right. And then she's on the prowl looking for her real date that night. They do it all the time.
Paid $10K to meet a woman he followed on OnlyFans and only got a hug.
See, the simp has been the most detrimental piece to today's date market and to the modern woman. Because, and they do it for real. These guys are financing these girls just to hang out, not do nothing for them, just to hang out, just for existence. So he's right. If you watch the guy Stitch videos, he said they're purposeless. They are. A lot of these guys have no purpose, and they blowing money and not getting anything in return for it. So the simp is pretty much the fuel to the fire. He's the one that pretty much gasses the car up. It's almost like a guy at an auction that keeps just throwing a sign up every time a price is mentioned and just jacking the prices up. So as long as your culture has a high amount of simps, you're not going to fix your dating culture, because the simp destroys an actual dating standard. Any standard you're trying to set, he's going to destroy it because he works out of desperation.
So let's nip this man versus bear conversation in the bud right the now. The question is, would you rather be in the forest alone with a man or a bear? Not a or a bear. What percentage of men do y'all think are? That's what's really getting to me, because y'all make it seem like it's a 50-50% chance. Like, oh, he might me, he might not. Have you lost your mind? And before y'all answer that in the comments, because it is a question and I do want an answer, what percentage of men do y'all think are? And when you answer, I want you to put it in the form of a sentence of the men that are in your life. So that way we can bring this back to reality. So I want you to say, of my 3 brothers, 2 of them are. Of my 6 male cousins, 3 of them are. Of my 5 male friends, 2 of them are. I want you to give me those numbers.
It's ridiculous. I can proudly say, out of all my 5 brothers, none of them are rapists. That's why I would never choose the bear. I'm not stupid. The bear will not ever protect me in any form of way. All I am to the bear is food. So why would I choose to be in a forest or be alone with a bear? I'm not stupid.
Relationship, it was not for me. I fell out of love. I fell in love with someone else.
And you have people in the comments saying that this is inspiring. Why? She went out there rather irresponsibly, went through the whole wedding, then got divorced because she was in love with somebody else, and wanted to sign on to a show that, guess what, got shut down very soon after that. Hurt her family, him, and his family as well. That's not inspirational. That's irresponsible. Yeah, women out here doing this type of stuff, and men keep on saying, I don't want to be a part of that. These women are wasting time. No issue that's doing it. No, you just heard what she said. And then women in the comments overlooking it. She almost made it out to seem like she was a victim and she had to overcome a lot of trials. the trials that you put yourself through.
I keep seeing these videos about people saying, when you're dating a high value man, be prepared. You're not going to be able to spend that much time with him. They're always working. They're always busy. Let me tell you what kind of wife I am. Habibi, you have my full support. While my husband is out there working, I don't even text him. I don't bother him at all. You know why? Because I want to see us win, Habibi. While he's out there breaking his back, I just got an iced coffee and a chocolate chip cookie for $9. I'm trying to live the life. So you're telling me we're not going to be able to spend so much time? That's okay. I supporting you, Habibi. Keep it up.
This is your reminder to stop taking relationship advice from emotionally immature people.
You should absolutely be punishing men when they hurt your feelings. When they do anything you don't like, anything, you should be punishing them. Whether that's a big punishment or a small punishment. The largest punishment, depending on the offense, should be them losing complete access to you. But if you must keep them around, you need to be charging them some fucking money.
Punishment is how you train a dog. Men are not dogs, they're people. And with people, grown adults, we're supposed to communicate effectively. If you cannot communicate when your feelings are hurt or when someone does something that you don't like, then you probably shouldn't even be in a relationship, if we're being honest. All this petty back and forth, oh, well, they did this to me, so I'm gonna do this to them. That's ridiculous. That's what children do. That's emotionally immature. And I know that ladies love to throw around the fact that we want men to be emotionally mature. However, from all the likes and comments and reposts even that I saw from this video, which side is really lacking the emotional intelligence here?
You should now have found a black cable. Please do not pull it out. If you have already done so, please do not plug it back in.
And what can we say? She's strong and independent and don't need no man. The man gave you clear directions. Don't touch it till I get home. But here you are, messing things up, making his life exponentially harder. And how dare he get mad because you did that? Talk to me nicely. Treat me sweetly. I'm a princess. Modern women logic. And you know, what's happening, because modern women keep on saying what's going on with chivalry. Teach your sons to do X, Y, and Z. Bars. Teach your sons to do this, teach your sons to do that. And they're very good at telling men what they need to be doing and how they need to be teaching their kids and how they need to behave. But they'll never talk about themselves. You'll notice that lady was saying, did I have the best attitude today? No, but I would still have some manners. You didn't have any manners. You wanted them to have manners. What most modern women in your position, what they do is they'll hopefully have a man open the door for him and just be nice because I'm having a hard day. And, you know, I went to Chick-fil-A and the guy behind me, he saw that I was struggling and I was upset and he paid for my meal. And a little bit later on, I was tired. I was feeling like I wanted some Starbucks. So I went down there and I needed a little pick me up. And the barista said, hey, you look like you need to pick me up. Here's something on the house. Don't worry about it. And here's a free treat. Don't worry about it. It's on me. And that, I just love men. But none of those men are going to receive anything from her. And you might say, well, she don't know the man, so she probably never see him again. Okay, fair point. The men in her life or the men in her vicinity, they're not going to receive anything like that either. She's not going to pass it forward and say, you know what, I wanted to bless somebody today. Whoever's behind me, let's go ahead and put that on my tab. Let's go ahead and put the coffee on my tab. Right? She's not going to go out there, as most women don't, and specifically go out there and bless the man like the men are blessing her. See, modern women, they want doors open for them and they just want to exist in this world. And a man is supposed to provide a way of ease, a life of ease. Those days are over, man. That's what men keep on trying to tell you.
I'm tired of getting drunk with no... What the...
Now, to the untrained eye or a brother that's deprived, that could easily look like an opportunity. It is, in fact, not an opportunity. It's a trap. It's a charge waiting to happen. This is not the woman you want to cross that bridge with.
And here's why, because all it takes is for her to wake up in the morning and regret what she did because she was drunk. And now you got to raise your right hand before the courts. And no matter what you say in court, it's always going to sound 10 times worse. Always. It doesn't matter. Your Honor, she only had 2 drinks. Doesn't matter. You shouldn't have done what you did. And you got to be careful around women like this. Because if that's the only time they want to sleep with you, don't do it. I promise you, it's not worth it. All it takes is for 1 ounce of regret to cross her brain. Not because you actually did something wrong, but because she doesn't like what she did in a position she put herself in. And you're cooked, buddy. Chopped liver. Nice knowing you. Stick a fork in him. He's done. Now you're going to be known as the guy that takes advantage of women when they're drunk. Although she hit you up, she went and got drunk on her own accord. Doesn't matter. You are still going to be held accountable for her bad decision making. And honestly, I would advise this information for any situation where you're with a woman and she's drinking any alcoholic beverage. You got to tread lightly. Leave that kind of interaction with you and your woman, not you and a jump off. Because all it takes is for something to go bad and it's over. And not to say that your woman can't do the same thing, but it's a less likely chance of your woman turning on you like that and regretting what she did. She's in a relationship with you. There's not going to be much regret. Now, I know it's going to be hard to reason with some of y'all because some of our brothers are deprived. And it's really, really difficult to tell a hungry man not to eat. My advice to you is this. If she's willing to give it to you under the influence, she should be willing to give it to you while she's sober. And if she does not want to give it to you, or she's not willing to give it to you while she's sober, yeah, it's a bad deal, bro. But you know what? I know a lot of y'all ain't gonna listen to what I'm saying, because I'm just a normal guy. Yeah, keep the change.
Start recording these men when they're watching and staring at you. Because now you're playing busy. Where's my attention? You were just staring at me for 5 minutes.
He was born with eyes, but he's not allowed to look at me when he sees me. Y'all are stupid. Fuck. He's looking out of his eyes. He ain't blind. You're half naked. He can look wherever the fuck he wants. I could care less if somebody wants to look at me. I don't care if I'm at the beach, if I'm out shopping, wherever I am. If somebody wants to look at me because they don't like me or because they like me, who cares? They're your eyes. I can't tell you what the to do with your eyes. And everything they record, a guy can't do anything without them pulling out their phone and recording. He can't even use the very eyes he was born with without her picking up her phone and being like, why are you looking at me? How the f did you know he was looking at you anyway? You were looking at him, right? So you get to look at him, but he doesn't get to look at you? Dumb.
So I'm at a point in my life where begging is just no longer an option. If I have to plead for a reply, ask repeatedly for your time, or have to convince you to show up like I matter, I'm done asking. If I have to beg you to talk to me, to see me, to treat me like a human being, I'm not interested. Because anything that you have to beg for once, you will have to beg for that forever. And that's not love, that's not friendship, that's not family. That's a dynamic where one person is trying to matter and the other person has already decided that they're not. Basic effort should never require negotiation, and respect should never have to be chased, whether it's a relationship, a friendship, or even blood. If the bare minimum feels like pulling teeth, that right there, that's your answer. How much you have to beg someone is directly tied to how much they respect you. And if respect isn't there, nothing healthy can grow. So no, I will not beg for conversations. I will not beg for closure. I will not beg for presence. If I have to beg for you in my life, I will choose to step out of it instead, because I'm not interested in trying to convince someone to choose me.
Sometimes men disappear because they feel like their effort is not being reciprocated. A lot of women feel like their approach to dating is, you as a man have to prove to me you are worthy of my time, my energy, and me being more vulnerable to you. And because of what you've been through, you think that's the right way to do it. But unfortunately, when you're dealing with a man who's actually serious and he's seeing you're holding back, you got walls up, he has concerns that you're wasting his time. So now he falls off because he's like, all right, she's tripping, she's not really making any effort. But because there's still a desire there, because he still likes her, I think the comment, the like, is a temperature check. Let me see how she'll respond. Let me see if I can still reignite something here. But it all stemmed from, are we actually making a mutual effort to get to know each other? Okay. So just make sure, before you start throwing all kinds of accusations at the man, Ask yourself, was I coming correct in this process or not?
You want to lose a good man fast? Simple. Just follow these 3 steps and I guarantee you he will be gone before you even realize what happened. Step 1. Disrespect him. The fastest way to love is disrespect. Roll your eyes at him. Cut him off when he talks. Talk down to him in front of other people. Laugh at his ideas. Make him feel this small. A good man will not stay where he feels disrespected because respect is the foundation of how he gives and how he leads. The second he loses that, the relationship is done. Step 2, withhold your intimacy. Then make a bargaining chip. Weaponize intimacy. Punish him by shutting him out physically and emotionally. Make him feel like attraction is something he has to beg for. When a man feels unwanted by the woman he chose, it cuts him deeper than you think. So he will check out, and once he does, it is almost impossible to bring him back. And finally, step 3, be constantly negative. Finally, complain about everything. Focus on what he isn't instead of what he is. Criticize instead of appreciate. Nitpick the small things and ignore the effort he does put in. Nothing crushes a man faster than realizing no matter how hard he tries, he will never be enough in your eyes. So yeah, do these 3 things and you will lose a good man fast. Or you can flip it. Respect him, desire him, and appreciate him. That's how you keep a man who actually will show up for you.
Well, if they're that old and they still want younger girls, there's also a problem.
Well, let's say if he's 40, dating a 20-year-old, would that be weird?
It's pushing it.
Pushing it.
100%. You should have morals as men and as women.
There we go. So
where you do not look at women under a certain age or at that point because it's just morally.
Okay, so you think it's
okay.
immoral. Who agrees with her? Show of hands.
I don't really know.
It's funny because all of you women have on makeup. The makeup is to cover up wrinkles, to cover up blemishes, to make you look younger. So you're always trying to present yourself in the most youthful way. So with that being said, it can't be immoral if you're actually trying to look young to the guys that you're dating. Like you're 40 years old, but you're putting on makeup trying to look young. Well, if you think that it's weird, why don't you not put on makeup and just actually try to look your age? But the thing is, it can't be weird because you're not trying to look your age. You're all trying to look younger.
That's a good point.
File divorce at such a higher rate than men. And it said unmet emotional needs.
Please go back and finish watching the rest of that video. So I did some research of my own and I got the same thing that you did initially. But because I've already done this research, I knew what Gemini and ChatGPT were going to give. So we went back and said, in so many words, that a lot of the stuff that men do, it goes unnoticed and untalked about. And ChatGPT said, rightfully so. You're correct in raising and criticizing these points. I know. Home maintenance, safety and security, financial risk-taking or stress-bearing, social pressure for men to be stoic and emotionally supportive in quiet, less acknowledging ways is very real and often undervalued. Why this discrepancy happens? This ain't me. This ain't me. This is ChatGPT saying this. A lot of the current research on marriage and divorce comes from a feminist framework. Feminist framework that aimed to highlight historically unrecognized burdens on women. But in doing so, it sometimes neglects the full picture of what men contribute, especially in nonverbal and ways. Huh? That's interesting. It's tight, but it's right.
I assumed I would find my husband in my 20s and be married by 30 and having kids and all that, and I'm 32 and I'm just not. But I also have viewed being in my 30s and having dated such an empowering position to be in because you are so much more established, you're so much more clear on what it is you want, and there's so much less room for the feeling like someone is vetting you. Like, no, it's actually the other way around.
For so much of my life, I would find myself in these relationships and it was almost like I didn't have a choice. To your point, being in my 30s, being established, having this life experience, also having like a lot of sobriety under my belt and a lot of self-awareness around like who I am and why I am the way that I am and all of that, I'm like armed with this information. It's no longer about like, am I good enough for this person? It's like, is this what I want? How do I feel when I'm with this person? I do have a choice. Yeah, it's not about them.
You know, I really do have to agree. I think there was one clip where the man was talking about you know, he's not going to be chasing. And I do feel like that's how a lot of men have become, right? A lot of men, and, you know, there's really no shame in going after something that you love. I know there's a lot of men out there that if there was an issue whether brother or sister, somebody in their family that they were close to, mom or dad, or somebody like that, son, daughter, no problem. You know, I'm going to the ends of the earth to try to get back what's mine. You know, try to protect what belongs to me. Men don't have a problem chasing. They don't have a problem begging and asking. Man, just come on, just hang out with me. Come on now. There's still men out there that'll be in your inbox. Man, just give me a chance. You know, where do you want to go? What do you like? You like this steakhouse? You like this restaurant? What do you want? So men will beg if they're rewarded for it. Men are going to say, hey, and all they're really doing when they're begging is saying, I want to spend some time with you. Are you interested in it? A lot of times modern women don't give men the time of day. Oh, I'm not responding to that, and this and that. I don't like men that do that. But then turn around and say, I want you to yearn for me. Where are the men who yearn? Men didn't used to yearn. Men used to yearn. Well, you had one in your inbox. So you didn't want it because you said he wasn't man enough because he was begging. But he was doing the thing that you said that you wanted. He was saying, hey, I would like, yeah, but he was too pushy. What do you think begging is? It's pushing. It's coming on strong. It's trying to influence you. Hey, pick me. I'm the right choice. Listen to me. Look at me. Please just give me another chance. Give me a chance. In general, I've never been given a chance. Just give me a chance. Can't even respond. Modern women will leave men in the DMs for literal years and then try to come back after they've been pumped and dumped and go with that man that's been asking you on a date for God knows how many years. Men don't have a problem begging. It's just like you guys have gotten to the point that you disrespect the man so much. The man stopped begging. He'd be like, oh, she don't want nothing. Let me go my way. And now you have people that don't even pay attention to you.
Women, get out of here with this notion that we are oppressed. We are not oppressed. I've just seen this meme that said we need feminism because men's rights don't vary by state like women's do. So with this delusion, do y'all realize that there are actually some privileges that we have that men don't have? And this one's about to sing, but someone's got to say it. Do you know a man has 0 reproductive rights like you do, like I do? Once that man's DNA leaves his body, he has no say-so. He can't choose adoption. He can't choose to walk away. But guess what? You can. And remember, I've said this before, it's all about equality until that accountability shows up. Paternity fraud laws are different in each state. Did you know that safe haven laws in all 50 states protect women? A woman can surrender a baby. A man can't. Sounds like a legal right that women have that men don't.
Men talk about when they're alone because I genuinely do not understand how men do not know personal.
Okay, so I guess this is a secret that many people don't know. Pop culture loves to portray men as being very simple and shallow, like we'll get together and we'll just talk about sports all day. We'll never get into anything about our personal lives. And I guess women don't realize there's a reason for this. From birth, it was my understanding that the most noble thing you can do as a man is not be a burden on other people. And most men I've known experience talking about deep subjects as work. You are putting a burden on them. It's not a burden to talk about sports or video games or our Warhammer figures, but it is, in our perception, a burden to talk about our jobs, our relationships, and so on. So the arrangement you wind up with is, because I like you, I'm not going to burden you.
My ex-boyfriend said the main reason that he broke up with me is because I brought up the orange peel theory and he thought it was ridiculous. And you know what? I would like someone who wants to peel an orange for me. Really would. Not gonna ask you to. I just want to know that you would. Is that too much to ask?
Yeah, he didn't break up with you because he didn't want to peel an orange for you. He broke up with you because you're the type of person who uses viral TikTok trends to test people. No one wants to be constantly tested and played with like the relationship's a game. Because it's going to start with the orange peel theory, then you're going to do the ketchup test, and then the next thing you know, he doesn't know when and where the hidden camera is going to be next with you testing him with some new challenge. The orange peel theory is a red flag to dudes that you have been sucked into a much larger sphere of relation anti-male ideology. It's a very unforgiving space where men are seen as these lazy, unloving buffoons, and where them asking to split bills in a shared lifestyle for a serious relationship means that he must hate you. I just think it's so disingenuous that she's trying to say that he just couldn't handle peeling oranges, when the reality is that he didn't want to handle being constantly tested, and based on the way she also dodges accountability, I don't blame him.
This is my wifely opinion. If you ever hear a woman say, I work 40 hours a week, I pay for my own hair, my own nails, I take care of my gas, my utilities, I pay for my mortgage or my rent, I pay for everything. And this is the reason why I cannot be soft and feminine and be his piece. I want you to know that she is lying. The reason why she cannot be that person's piece and be the feminine woman that she is designed to be is because she just does not trust you. Her ideas of a man is severely negative. So if you ever hear a woman say those words, that she cannot be somebody's piece and she cannot be feminine because she's working, make sure you let her know that you are not interested. Go find a woman who does not have trust issues and actually loves men.
Does anyone think women are more superficial?
We're much more materialistic. I think that's a fact, and there's no shame in saying that we are. I truly don't think we should try and say, no, we're not materialistic, no, we don't like nice things, because I just don't think that's true. We are gatherers, so we like to go around and get the stuff and everything like that. I think men, just like Brian was explaining, they're very, very, very simple creatures. I think when they're looking for someone to be a wife, they're just looking for someone who can take care of their kids and bear them healthily. So I think men are extremely simple in comparison to women. There's no shame at all of having like these standards as a woman, but also to say that we're not superficial or men are more superficial than us is just not true.
Why do good guys end up alone? The ones who don't play games, who love genuinely, who actually show up. They're usually the ones who get the least back. Being decent just doesn't land anymore. What lands is pain. What hooks people is someone who keeps them on edge, not someone who makes them feel safe. So the good guys stay good and stay alone. Too caring, boring, too honest, uninteresting. And then one day they just switch off, go cold, disappear because they figured it out. Kindness is what breaks you here. Your feelings get read as weakness. Your pain becomes something people laugh at. And there he is, the guy who wanted to love someone. Now says nothing, stops texting first, stops letting anyone in. He's not even angry. He just quietly fades out and never gives anyone the chance to get close again. Not because he doesn't want to, but because he got tired of being the one who always ends up hurt.
Don't tell me you want a leader. You get in a relationship with me, I tell you something, you don't listen, but if a tell you the same thing I just told you, you listen to it like it's gospel, you're single.
Single as it should be. Because how are you going to listen to outsiders but not your man? The amount of videos I see of women saying, well, I'm an adult, he shouldn't be telling me what to do, but your boss tells you what to do. Your trainer tells you what to do. Your friends are telling you what to do. Why can't the man who is protecting, who is providing, who is making sure that they have your best interest at heart, tell you what to do? You can't want a leader and then refuse to let him lead.
Ladies, is it just me, or can we not find men to approach us anymore? It's like, where are all the manly men? I mean, seriously, if this was back in the day, men would be all over me. Like, no man ever comes up to you anymore, asks your name, asks to take you on a date, and actually follows up on it. Like, dating today is so cooked. It's like, I don't know what to do anymore.
Excuse me, man, my phone died. Do you have the time by chance?
Nah. Plans or thinking about future. I don't want a man who's scared of all that. And I don't think men who are not scared of that exist anymore. So girlies out there who have a man like that, just cherish them and, thank them for all of us single ladies out here struggling with the current dating reality. Yeah, and tell them they're rare. And hopefully your kids will have their dad's character and the next generations of women will be luckier. I don't know what else to say. I mean, maybe I'm just ugly.
She's giving off that to me, and maybe I'm wrong about this. She pouts a lot.
If I was a guy, I'd be so scared to be in a relationship in America because they are willing to be traditional, but the women are not. And they get nothing in return for their money, their time, or their resources. And the girl ends up cheating or not willing to cook or make a sandwich. And it's just, I'm so happy I'm not a man.
The reason that you have a lot of these guys now saying that they don't want to be in relationships and they don't want to date and it's not worth it to them is just because it's like, I'm giving you what you're asking for. I'm giving you what you say you need. And then when it comes to me asking for what I need, you're just like, no, right? You're just not willing to do it.
A man really just got on this app and said we don't call women losers enough. And I couldn't agree more. So I made a list. Coming in at number 1, we have women who make man-hating content. Just because you can't find a man that you want that wants you back and all the ones you date are bums does not make all men losers. You're the loser because you can't get what you want. Right behind that at number 2, we have women who make de-center men content. They are literally the center of your content. If they didn't exist, neither would your platform. And lastly, for the girlies that actually post, are the ones that make first date content. It's in the same vein, it's all really ridiculous, and you're never going to find a man that is going to take you seriously because all of them are going to see your social media and run, as they should.
I have to agree with the clip where she started off saying, this is my wifely opinion. If this woman is not feminine because she has to work 40 hours a week and so therefore I don't have the time to be feminine, go find somebody else. She's playing games and she's going to continue to make excuses. I'm already making excuses now. I'm going to continue to make excuses throughout the marriage when I just don't feel like doing something. Simple as that. If we go into Christmas and I just want to relax for the holidays, I don't hear a peep. You're not going to hear a peep from her. Oh, I just let my man do it. And then, of course, with the presents and stuff like, oh, we got to go here, we got to go there. Oh, I just want to enjoy my life. But after the holidays are over, January, February, March start creeping around and she start yapping again and giving problems. That's what modern women do. They go dormant for a season sometimes. And then they come back and start doing the stuff that they was doing in the first place because they was tired and they wanted to rest. And now I'm back trying to boss you around and do the stuff that I want to do and make you do the stuff that I want to do. Back acting like somebody that's aggressive. I can't even say masculine. Back acting like somebody that's aggressive, all down your man's throat, all on your man's back about stuff, nagging, just being a terror to everybody in the house, including the kids and the dog. And that's why y'all not married.